We are now getting video out of Khan Yunis in Gaza, where a UN shelter housing displaced people came under fire today. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees says 9 people were killed when tank rounds hit the building. 75 others were wounded. It says the compound's exact location had been shared with Israeli authorities, calling the strike a blatant disregard of the rules of war. Palestinian officials say hospitals in the city are also under attack. A witness says this video shows Nasser Hospital being targeted. The Palestinian Red Crescent says Israeli forces are now surrounding their headquarters at and Al-Amma Hospital as well. The IDF says it's pursuing Hamas military targets, and the operation will continue, it says, for several days. And families, in the meantime, are streaming out of Khan Yunis to try to escape the bombardment. You can hear gunfire crackling there as they flee. A UN special rapporteur told CNN today there are simply no words left to describe the depth of the humanitarian catastrophe after 3.5 months of war. Well, earlier I spoke to UNRWA's director in Gaza about the deadly attack there on its shelter. Thomas White gave us some context here. Have a listen.
These were, people who had fled from their homes in the north, in some cases very early in the war. They were living in the Khan Yunis training centre, which normally houses a couple of thousand students who are learning to be bricklayers and carpenters and learning business and IT skills. This training facility ended up hosting about 40,000 people in and around the training centre, all seeking shelter under a UN flag. And, increasingly in the last few days, the situation there has become more and more dangerous. Very clear this afternoon, any sense that there is protection under a UN flag, it was very clear that the Israeli army are not respecting their obligations under international humanitarian law in terms of providing precaution for locations where there are civilians.
And Tom, just for more on the contacts actually within UNRWA on the ground, messages of WhatsApp we got, still alive, but we are surrounded by IDF forces and tanks, shooting and shelling everywhere. Ambulances cannot reach us. Is there any access here? Has that been opened? What were you hearing?
I could say two things. Yesterday when we understood that there was some negotiated safe corridors out on the route that had been designated, there are in fact 2 tanks sitting on that road. This afternoon, we've got a team trying to access, or in fact, they have just accessed about 15 minutes ago, the Khan Yunis training centre. It's a UNRWA and a WHO team. We're going up there with ambulances, but you're quite correct. This is the first time that we've been able to get access to this location in 2 days, despite continual efforts to work with the Israeli army to get safe access and evacuate wounded people from this facility.
I'm just trying to process what you're telling me, because yesterday on the show, my show, I heard from the ICRC who were telling me about the 2 hospitals in Khan Yunis where access, Tom, was also blocked to hospitals. So those people who are injured right now at UNRWA, where are they going?
We've got a team that can provide immediate triage and immediate stabilisation for these casualties. But this is the big issue, that Nasser Hospital complex is in Khan Yunis. It's in this western area of Khan Yunis. That hospital is under threat right now. In fact, we have another team trying to access that hospital right now. There are only 2 major hospitals that can deal with trauma cases in the south of Gaza. And, unfortunately, it looks like that the viability of the Nasser Hospital is also in question, because it's in this part of Western Khan Yunis which is under assault at the present time.
And I'm guessing you've made several attempts at trying to request some sort of clear passage. Has that been ignored, or has that been denied? What have you been hearing, Tom?
For the last several days, we have been trying to get access to these locations, and they have been denied. The Israelis have been saying the fighting is too heavy, we cannot provide you safe access into those locations. It's only this afternoon, late this afternoon, that we've got access for 2 teams, one to the Khan Yunis training centre and one to the Nasser Hospital complex, to try and assess the situation, get casualties out of those locations, but also try and look at safe passages for people who want to leave the areas where there's this heavy fighting.
And look, this comes on the heels of that very powerful speech that you would have heard. We took it live yesterday from UN Secretary General António Guterres, making this very point very clear for NGOs on the ground to have clear access, being able to do their jobs. And this is an area, Tom, as well, that has been the focus of intense IDF strikes, right, and attacks there. I mean, did you, we're so many months into this, did you ever think it would get this bad?
Well, I never thought it would get this bad. I think everybody in Gaza, whether you're a civilian in Gaza, you're an aid worker in Gaza, you understand that these short escalations happen on a regular basis. But nobody anticipated that we would see 1.4 million people in Rafah Governorate. Rafah Governorate normally has a population of 280,000 people. There are now 1.4 million people pushed into the south of Gaza. And so looking out the window here, it is a sea of humanity. It is, as far as the eye can see, temporary plastic structures. Nobody imagined the level of death, destruction and displacement that we've seen in the last 3 months.